Hello and welcome to some tea spilling we're about to do regarding former Survivor contestant Carson Garrett. He has found himself in hot water recently when a small business owner took to Twitter Wednesday to accuse him of ripping off their business model idea to start his own company, Puzzle Knot. Carson is also being critiqued for blocking anyone and everyone that may have something negative to say about his alleged actions or anyone that is just trying to hear his side of the story. If you didn't watch season 44 of Survivor and you've somehow stumbled into this video wondering who this twink is and why he's problematic, oh, don't worry. We're going to jump into the story right meow. Carson was a fan favorite of Survivor's 44th season, mostly because of his wit, charm, and intellect during the game. His season of Survivor oftentimes featured flashback segments of Carson preparing for common puzzles used during previous seasons. Many contestants do this when preparing to compete in a season of Survivor, but Carson's puzzles were particularly alluring. They seemed well-made, well-constructed. They really looked like the real deal. I remember a specific flashback segment of the show featuring Carson speak about his expertise with 3D printers. I remember being led to believe by the show Carson created most, if not all, of the puzzles he practiced with prior to coming on the show. However, I found out recently that this was not the case. Outplay Puzzles is a self-described reality TV-inspired tabletop puzzle and challenge vendor that can be found on Etsy. Their online store features numerous puzzle replicas commonly seen during reward and elimination challenges on the hit CBS show. Outplay Puzzles took to Twitter to share their side of the story regarding Carson's puzzle journey being featured on the show. It was their hope that viewers at home may rethink their opinion on Carson after hearing what they have to say. The Etsy store owner of Outplay Puzzles posted a series-long thread of tweets detailing their interactions with Carson and how they felt betrayed by him after some time had passed. They posted, "If you still don't know the full story of Carson and I'm going to share it one more time. I just can't get past the hurt that he put my business and me through. My hope is that one day we can talk about this with him since he blocks anyone who currently mentions it." Outplay Puzzles started off the Twitter thread by exclaiming their excitement for seeing their products be featured on Survivor by Carson. The owner of Outplay Puzzles felt the scenes of Carson practicing with their puzzles at home was the closest that they would ever come to competing on the reality show themselves. It was his thought that his puzzles being featured on the show might drum up some business. This was initially the case as Outplay Puzzles did see an increase in sales following the feature of at-home survival puzzle practicing during the 44th season. However, after the season concluded, Carson and Outplay Puzzles met for coffee to discuss potential business plans for the future. They also felt somewhat indebted to Carson, noting that they, quote, wanted to give him something in return for the sales he had driven. During said meeting for coffee, Carson was given free products to promote on social media and was also asked for his opinion in regards to a payment plan for his promotion in all of the business. Carson, over the course of an hour, asked many questions about Outplay Puzzles' Etsy store and how they conducted their business as a whole. The store owner felt a friendly connection to Carson at this point and provided him with all of the information that he was requesting. About a month after what seemed to be an innocuous meeting for coffee, Carson launched Puzzle Knot, his own puzzle company, selling two of the most popular puzzles featured on Outplay Puzzles' Etsy store. He went to message Carson and congratulate him on beginning his new business and ask about how it affected their potential partnership, only to find out that they had been blocked on social media. During the launch of Puzzle Knot, Carson Garrett's company, he used almost every marketing tactic that Outplay Puzzles mentioned in the meeting. Full campaigns that he designed for his store, and now he's using them as his own. He did an Instagram live session with former cast member Carolyn Weiger to specifically say how much she hated the puzzles I sent to her for free earlier. Now, that's sort of an interesting detail. Outplay Puzzles sends free templates or free business products to Caroline to prepare for Survivor, and she goes on social media to basically bash the business and say how she didn't like his puzzles. I mean, It's one thing to talk about not liking a product that you paid for, but Carolyn received these puzzles for free, and she went out of her way to bash this company? I now want to take a look at a TikTok video of Carson's in which he announces the launch of his new business, Puzzle Knot.
So I just launched my dream 3D printing business called Puzzle Knot by Carson, and let me tell you what sets it apart from every other puzzle on the market. Ever since I got my first 3D printer, designing puzzles has been a passion of mine that I've wanted to share with others. I've put so much attention into the details of these puzzles because I wanted to create something I didn't see anywhere else. These are as real as they get, they're as true as they can be, and trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Unlike other 3D printed puzzles on the market made of less durable materials, my puzzles are made of industry-grade filament, which is more elastic, stronger, and resilient. It also gives it that reflective finish and very precise shape. Oh, and what's cool is all of my puzzles fit back into their base for very easy storage. These are the designs that I used to practice with, and now I want to share them with you. Visit my shop, puzzlenotbycarson.com, and get yours today.
Okay. A few notes on this. So, it was always a dream of Carson's to create his own puzzle business or to utilize a 3D printer in some type of business dealing. He's always wanted to share his love of 3D printing with the rest of the world, and he wanted to create something that he didn't see anywhere else. Now, if we were to remember what Outplay Puzzles said regarding all of this, it was that Carson copied a lot of their business plan and kind of took a lot of their ideas and morphed them into his own. So I just think that this is a little bit ironic for him to say that he wanted to create something that he didn't see anywhere else, knowing full well that he has used other products that are similar to what he created in his own company. They're as real as they get. They're as true as they can be. Now, if we're talking about honesty here, and considering the allegations that Outplay Puzzles has made against Carson, this is a very, very peculiar statement to make. They're as true as they can be. Some may say that that 3D printer only prints lies. He goes on to give himself a little bit more credit, saying that he did very well on Survivor, specifically in the puzzle-making challenges. They're strong, they're resilient, they are unlike any other product that you could find. So, what do we think? Do we think that he kind of ripped off Outplay Puzzles' business idea, or did he just enhance what someone else was already doing and make it into his own? Very interesting. But OP Puzzles wasn't done there. The owner went on to say that they are not the only company making these kinds of puzzles and that Carson has stolen ideas from many other creators. They're alleging Carson, quote, feels entitled to use others' hard work and ruin livelihoods for his own profit. Oh, and they kept their receipts too, mama. Take a look at this screenshot of a purchase Carson had made in the past from one of the other puzzle companies. At the time this was all being shared on Twitter, someone tweeted Caroline asking her, "Hey, what are your thoughts on Carson getting exposed for stealing and scamming from a bunch of small businesses? Do you condone it or condemn the behavior?" Caroline went on to respond that Carson is one of the kindest souls she knows. One day she will be able to speak more openly, but she truly feels that Carson is a support system to her and a friend to her son. He's not stealing anything. So many people encouraged him to start a puzzle business, and she's proud of him. But Caroline did not remain as fun-loving as she did in that initial tweet. She responded to this thread by saying, "I'm sorry, but you have no idea how hard Carson works. Are you kidding me? You go online demonizing him. It's none of your business how he runs his business. He's not copying your puzzles. These are all puzzles inspired by a show that we love. OP Puzzles responded to Caroline's tweet by saying, "Hi, Caroline. I'm not saying that Carson copied my puzzles. I'm saying that the way he treated me and my business, no matter how you slice it, was unethical. He lied to me and copied the exact marketing tactics I offered to promote my puzzles like he said he would, which he didn't." Another Twitter decided to jump into the mud and say to Caroline, "I love you, queen, but please sit this one out. Do not let Carson drag you down with him. There's no justifying it." Caroline continues to defend Carson by saying, "There's no argument. Outplay Puzzles offered Carson a small-ass cut to promote their puzzles. Immediately, Caroline actually told Carson not to go through with it and to start his own business. Actually, several people suggested that he do that. So what? Just because Outplay Puzzles has their own company, he's not allowed to start his own business? Come on." Another contender decided to dive face first into the mud by saying, "Caroline, I love you, but this isn't demonization if they're just simply speaking up on their side of the story." They decided to say that they're also really disappointed in Caroline in the way that she's framing it when all they're doing is they're explaining their side of the story so that they can get their truth out. Caroline responds to this by saying that Outplay Puzzles is lying and they should take a look at these accusations. Carson starts a puzzle business, and now Outplay Puzzles is mad because they have competition. It's absolutely ridiculous. Outplay Puzzles responded to this claim. And remember, Caroline said that Outplay Puzzles products sucked and that she hated them when she was sent them for free. Outplay Puzzles said to Caroline that the only thing ridiculous about this is that she's trying to defend Carson from his accusations and that she's silent about addressing the actual accusations themselves. Outplay Puzzles is not the only business that Carson allegedly did this to, and he's not the only person speaking out. Caroline's behavior is, quote, appalling, according to Outplay Puzzles. Caroline went on to reference a post that she had made promoting Outplay Puzzles in the past on her social media. She went on to say that we do not need to crap on him for starting a puzzle business. A lot of people encouraged him to start it. When she made the video promoting Outplay Puzzles, Carson had already been dreaming of his business. Never would Caroline have told this person, "No, we can't promote Outplay Puzzles. Why can't we all just love puzzles together?" Outplay Puzzles finished up their Twitter thread by saying, "To see people I looked up to as heroes and champions of kindness steal and trash the work that they have put in for years hurts beyond comprehension." They went on to thank everyone who has continued to support their business and everyone who shares the thread to get the word out. They additionally went on to credit other puzzle creators for Survivor and that if anyone would like to purchase from their store, they could. Okay, so what do you all think? Do you think that Carson was just starting his own business and it was kind of like a wrong place at the wrong time, kind of getting involved with Outplay Puzzles? Is Outplay Puzzles making something out of nothing here? Is it purely coincidental that Carson worked with this company in the past and then started his own company? I would like to hear from all of you in the comments regarding this scandal. Let me know. Hope you enjoyed this video.